Okay, hello everybody. We're back again, and I want to be today. We're going to be talking about then and now, the N word, and I'm not going to say the N word, but I'm just going to try to say, look, the difference between then and now is that before people used to say the N word, and some people never said the N word. Look, the reason I'm saying this is because this is a a music channel, so I have to express my feelings. That before, back in the day, people used to say, back in the day, most people didn't really say the N word, and it is disappointing though that more people are saying the N word. More people nowadays are saying the N word. It doesn't matter if they're female, they're guys, it doesn't matter if they're female. It doesn't matter if they're black people or they're white people or they're Asian. I think everybody nowadays are saying the N word more frequently. Like even Latinos that I've seen. Look, because there's Latinos that I've seen in the streets and everywhere I've been to that say, "What the f my N word," and they say N word and they say all kinds of negative stuff like my N word, my N word. They say my N word, and they say N word. It's like, yo, back in the days, like I don't know if the 90s or before that, but I've heard music from back in the day, not stuff like now. But when I heard music back in the day, I'm saying back in the day because I'm saying like music from before, from back in the day. They always used to say, "What's going on, my brother?" Kind of like if they were kind of like religious people, and they used to say, "My brother, come on, my brother, come on, my brother, 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 brother." And I have to be honest that they did say brother too many times. And then there are times that they did not say brother. But most of the times these artists, it doesn't matter if they were black, they were white, they were whatever, they've always said brother, 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 brother. They used to say brother. They never said the N word. Which is what I get to hear now most of the time. I get to hear. At first, I heard black people say the N word, which I'm not going to say the N word because I find it in my own body. I've never said I never want to say the N word because I'm not African American. I'm not black. I'm not going to disrespect anybody and say N word. Like, yo, my N word. I'm not going to say that. I'm trying to respect all my people and say, look, I'm just going to say, look, brother. I'm never gonna say the N word because that's not who I am. But it's like, I don't know how. The only reason I'm saying this is because I don't understand how everybody. It doesn't matter what creed, what color. It doesn't even matter where they come from. They all say the N word. Doesn't matter if it's Eminem. He has said the N word. I've heard of white people say the N word. It's like I'm hearing everybody say N word. But let me be honestly clear that if you're gonna be listening to music and you're gonna try to rap it, like say Busta Rhymes starts rapping rah 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 like very fast, like how he raps, and he says the N word, I in my mind I it's kind of hard to say this because it's in rap music. Most people like rap music anyways, but the problem is that people say the N word in rap, and then white people and everybody else are saying the N word too. But this is my thought. Look, I don't get to say the N word ever, and I've said it sometimes. I've said it a couple of times, and I'm sorry that I've said it. But the only reason I've said it was because I've been. I don't like to use the N word, but I've been listening to the music that says, "Look, my N word," and then I said, "Look, my N word," but I never said it to anybody. I never said, look, my N word, or I never said the word that ends with the ER. I never said that either. N word ER. I never said that either. I've never said it to anybody, and I don't want to ever say it to anybody. I've never want to disrespect anybody and say that. But like I'm saying, nowadays everybody's saying the N word, which is like a trend. It's like a trend. It's it's like a fad or something that everybody has to say the N word. Everybody. It doesn't matter if they're Latinos. It doesn't matter if they're Asian. Everybody's saying the N word. It doesn't matter anymore. Everybody's just going N word, N word, N word, N word, N word, N word. Like, yo, brother, you don't get to say, look, my N word, look this. But before, I have to say, at the moment, I don't know what songs, but everybody used to rap, and they used to do who can rap the fastest without saying without putting profanity out there, and without having to say my N word. But I've heard of many artists that cannot rap. They cannot rap without saying the N word. They go ra 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 ra. Then they say my N word. But look, the reason I don't feel like saying the N word, and I guess people have been lenient. I guess African American have been lenient too. They have let people go with N word. It's like, I gotta be honest. I guess people are using the N word more than anybody says wetback, which I know that's kind of disrespectful for me to say that, but I'm just saying that people are saying N word than wetback. But I'm not saying it to anybody. I'm not saying it to anybody. So don't get disrespectful and say I'm mean or I'm racist. I'm just like, look, people are saying words that hurt. But like I said, people before used to just rap, say, look, like this, like I'm coming from the club. I'm coming from the like something like this, like brother, I came from the club, all drunk and stuff. I mean, I'm trying to rap this without putting bad words, because me too. I'm going to be honest. I've said bad words too, but then I guess I'm not sure who was the one, but Dr. Dre with NWA, they were all saying F you and all of this, and I think that was bad because they even said F the police and this and that. F the police. Yeah, they were really aggressive in the 80s. But there were still brothers out there rapping, going like, I'm coming from the club, drunk and stuff. I'm pulling up with my woman to her pad. I'm pulling to her pad, and I'm about to make out with her. But they never said. I mean, I'm not going to say that was a good that was good rapping. That was just like whatever. I'm saying, look, they're like, look, brother, I'm ready to smack you. I'm ready to bash you. I'm ready to rip your head off, or something like that. Just like whatever. But they try to do it without saying the N word. They try to say it without saying F you. They try to say it without saying like you suck. Sort of. Because nowadays, people that rap, they go aggressive. They're like, you gotta say the F word. You gotta say punch. You gotta say, look, my brother. Look, my... They gotta say negative things in order to accomplish the same thing that people were doing before. Because before the craft, for me, people were rapping, but they just said, look, my brother, let me give you a lesson. Let me give you a lesson in rapping. Like before in all music, I gotta be honest, you didn't hear You didn't hear the Sugar Hill Gang say my N word. When have you heard the Sugar Gang say my N word? But nowadays, everybody's saying the N word. It's just like, even I could be saying the N word, but I don't say it because I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody. I don't want to say anything disrespectful to anybody and just have them turn against me and say, look, he's a racist. He's a culture vulture. He's just doing this and that. But look, people were just like, I'm waking up in the morning, it's 7 a.m. and I'm ready to go to the park to meet my homies. See? They said homies. They never said like this, I'm ready to go to see my homies. Today was a good day. People were not gonna stop me from rapping. I'm having a good time. Like something like that, whatever. Just like maybe my rap was just like whatever, but I had to say, look, like this, brother, you cannot stop me if I want to go to the park or something. That was just like lame. That was just lame because that's just it's just me trying to bring it from the top of my head, which is a lot harder because people are freestyling. But that's what I'm saying. Like, people are just getting aggressive. If you want to address something, you have to say, look, you mother, you son of a, and you. But they do it so aggressive that they're not even, it's just like whatever. But that's my thought. My thought is like Eminem has said the N word. Come on, white rappers that rap have said the N word. Jewish rappers have said the N word. Rappers themselves have said the N word. Like I don't know when it became a thing to say N word this and N word that, but it's like my N word this and my N word that. It's like I'm addressing it. I just gotta address it because I don't think I've ever heard anybody address this in their life. That anybody say, look, why is it that rappers, it doesn't matter if they're white, it doesn't matter if they're Asian, it doesn't matter if they're from Mexico or they're from Spain or from El Salvador or from, I don't know, Cuba, I don't know, yeah, what if they're Cuban? What if they're from Jamaica and they're rapping and they're even saying the N words? Like, I understand where you're coming from. Some of you have said the N word and some of you have not said no N words, but it's just insane. Like, you have said the N word too many times, and that's just out of. It's just out. You shouldn't just say that. I feel like it's too much to say the N word. I don't think you should be saying the N word. Why? I mean, nowadays everybody gets to say N word. Everybody gets to say. I mean, before, and I have to address this whole thing. It's not just the N word. I'm just saying, like, what was rap before and what rap is now, because before people used to say the N word, people used to say more. I mean people said the N word, but they didn't say it frequently like how they say it now, because nowadays everybody's saying the N word. Everybody's saying the N word. They're saying bad words, and that's why now they have even the advisory, because it's just insane. And that's the same thing that goes with people now talk about the body parts even more. Now we're gonna have sex, and I'm gonna rape her, and I'm gonna beat his butt because he got with my girl. It's like, what? Like, look, listen. I recommend all of you, whoever watches this, to go back in the day, that people said, even the song back in the day, if you listen to it, it's not bad words. Even KRS-One that sang, I think KRS-One that sang, "This is the sound of the police. What? This is the sound of the beast." Like, when did you say bad words? When does the Sugar Hill Gang say bad words? Like, I said a hip. When does even Eric Sermon and Eric Sermon or something. Eric Sermon, I think that's his name. He just says, just like back in the day. What does that have to? When did they say bad words? Back in the day when I was something. It was like, it's like I said, the hip hop, the hippie, don't stop, something like that. I don't. I listen to all kinds of music, but I never heard them say bad words. I'm like, yo, I respect you. I actually have to be honest. I actually respect people more when they can rap without saying f words and saying bad words and going crazy. And the only reason I don't get to say this either is because I'm putting this video on YouTube and I don't want you guys to. I don't want to lose the rights that I have on here because I'm like, brother, relax. You don't have to go crazy and say F words and say the B word and F bomb and B bombs and all kinds of bombs and A bombs, and it's just incredible. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, brother, relax yourself and understand that. I mean, people say they love rap, but they don't understand where rap comes from. They don't understand that rap from before was nice, which I still find the rap music now still good. I'm not going to trash it, and I don't care what you guys have to say. I don't care if you say rap is dead, this is the end of rap, rap is over, rap is here, this is it, time to leave rap and time to listen to rock and roll. Like, yo, this is a music channel and I'm not dedicated to just one style of music. I'm not here for one style of music. But I have to be honest and say, look, I have said I do like Eric Sermon, I do like Rakim, I do like, and nowadays I'm still gonna say it. I like Kanye West, I like Eminem. I don't care what you guys have to say. Oh, Eminem cannot rap. Eminem this and Eminem that. Look. I like Eminem. Look, let me be honest. Look. This is the type of music that I enjoy when I'm saying about rap music or hip hop music or just that genre in particular. I like Eminem, just a few of them, just to name them, because most of you don't even know what artists I'm going to mention, so whatever. I just say I like Eminem, I like Kanye West, I like Drake, I like some music, like you can't deny that I like Lil Yachty sometimes. I'm not saying I like everything out there either, but I like Lil Yachty, and I also enjoy Migos. I like Migos. I like Drake. I like Lil Wayne. And I'm not just going to try to go with mainstream either. I'm going to go with some technically underground artists too. Like, I like Atmosphere. I like Tech Nine. I like Snow the Product. I like Chino XL, if you guys have heard of it. I like the whole group of Jedi Mind Tricks, including Vinny Paz. And then that's just one side of it. And then I can say I like rock and roll too, because wow, the guitarists are insane. They go it's like, when it comes to rock and roll, it's like I like Aerosmith, I like Guns N' Roses, I like many artists, but I have to say, look, that is insane. But for the most part, I like music in particular. It doesn't matter what kind of style of music it is. I enjoy it. For the most part, I enjoy it. especially when people take their time to craft the music. They don't even have to say anything for me to say I like it. But the only thing that I would be the only time I'm disappointed is when the song is just the same rhythm over and over. That's the only reason I kind of don't like Spanish music, because the rhythm is just the same. Just the same music. I mean, the same rhythm over and over, but just different artists singing. And that's the same thing that people can say about rap music too, and people can say about rock and roll. It's like, there's only so much you can do in a guitar. There's nothing else you're gonna do. You're not gonna come out with, and there's only 6 strings. Like, what else can you do? It's not like you're going to be able to come up with something completely different and say it's new. It's something different. I've never heard of this. No, look. The only reason I'm saying this is because look, man. I enjoy all kinds of music. If you tell me listen to I don't know. If you say listen to Lil Yachty, yeah, I'll give it a try. If you tell me listen to, I don't know. If you tell me listen to an upcoming artist, I'm like, yeah, okay, I want it. I want to listen to it, not because I just want to claim to like music, but then I say, look, you cannot deny that I like that. Like Migos, I like Bad and Bougie. Given the Bad and Bougie. I like it. And I'm going to be honest right now, because I'm keeping it as a whole, because the whole thing was that the whole thing between me and, I'm saying then and now, because it's not really, this is not really a thing of what music I like. I mean, this thing is the whole particular thing that I feel about hip hop music and rap. The whole thing. It's not just about one thing or another, just saying I defend this one over this one, or I defend that over this. No, I'm not here to defend the old hip hop over the new hip hop. I'm not defending the new hip hop over the old hip hop. I'm saying, look, rap, hip hop, whatever you want to call it, is here. I don't care if you want to say trap music, or you want to say drill music, or you want to say whatever. I'm like, look, I like it, I enjoy it. For the most part, I can say, great. The reason for that is that I enjoy music as a whole. The whole thing, whole. I didn't say part of it, but there's some artists out there that I can say, look, your music is just not for me. I'm not saying it's trash, but it's not for me. It's not for me. It could be for anybody else, but not for me. So, for the most part, I have to say, great for the music. Great for what you do. Craft. That's a good. So, yeah, I gotta say, old music is good music, and new music is still good music. I'm not going to say I like every artist. It's like Daniel Bregoli. It's like Daniel Bregoli. Okay, I'm sorry for the noises. I had to stop. So I had to say, I fairly enjoy I don't like Daniel Bregoli. I'm sorry for all the noises once again, but I don't like Daniel Bregoli. I don't enjoy most of the music either, but for the most part, I can say I enjoy it. I don't have to enjoy what they say, but I do have to say I enjoy their music, their beats. So that's my thought on this. My thought is that I'm still in between both. But before, I used to say, look, I only like Kanye West, I only like Eminem. But before, like way before, and I'm going to be honest, way before, when I was a young kid, before I heard, because I was on the internet, listening only to what was on the radio. I never was interested in underground or old school. I mean, not old school, but like more underground, like say Atmosphere. I wasn't into no Jedi Mind Tricks. I wasn't into no Chino Excel, no Immortal Technique. And don't get me wrong, that music is great, but at that time I wasn't listening to that. I was just listening to when is Eminem gonna hit the radio? When is Snoop Dogg going to hit the radio? When is Dr. Dre going to hit the radio? When is Kanye West gonna be on the radio? And before, I liked that kind of music, the radio music, way too much. And I was like, whoa, I like it. And I still kept liking it until one day I just decided, one of my friends, because with my friends before, when I was smaller, when I just used to sit in the car, because one of my friends had a Ford. His mom had a Ford Focus or something like that, and then I used to sit in the car and just like, look, man. I think he was a dude to introduce me to that kind of music, to introduce me to hip hop, because I wasn't that type of person to just listen to hip hop and just say I want to listen to it. I think he kind of brought it to me. And then that's when I started saying, oh, I like Snoop Dogg, I like Eminem. And I used to say, Eminem's the best rapper. Eminem is the best rapper. Snoop Dogg's the best rapper. I like Dr. Dre. I think that was before I even liked Kanye West. I used to say, when is Eminem going to hit the radio? When is Dr. Dre going to hit the radio? When is this going to hit the radio? And then I even listened to all the music on the radio, and I was like, yo, I love the radio. I love radio music. But then one of my friends that I met ended up getting my iPod, and he went through my music, and it was good. My iPod, because I had an iPod Touch at that time. iPod, I think that was between 3rd generation to 4th generation of iPod Touch. And at that time I was just listening to Eminem. I was listening to Snoop Dogg. I was listening to I was listening to everything. It doesn't matter what came out on the radio. Like if Lil Rob was on the radio, I was like, yeah, I like that. Woo woo, summertime. I don't know how it went, but I like that. I liked Lil Rob. I liked people like Hurricane Chris. I liked Soulja Boy, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Soulja Boy up in the it's Superman that you watch me, you crank that Soulja Boy, you. And the other one, put some D's on my report card, put some D's on my report card, something like that. And then at that time I was still listening to things like Rihanna, where it's like, oh, under my umbrella, Ella, under my umbrella. And then it's getting late, I'm making my way over to my favorite place. I was listening to all of that. I wanna take you away, something like that. I don't know if that's exactly right, but it's something like that. Then Disturbia, which was kind of a weird video, but at that time I was still listening to all of that. But at the same time, I've always listened to rock and roll, like Jaded. She's so jaded, or Janie's got a gun, or let's see, I'm still listening to rock and roll to this day. I'm like, I was crying before I met you. What else? I was listening to I'm back in the saddle again, I'm back. And I was listening to Love in an Elevator. And now let's go to a different artist. I was listening to everything. It doesn't matter. But now I've changed, and I'm like, I'm just listening to underground. It's gotta be underground, because if it's not underground, then I don't like the music. But then now I thought in my mind I had to kind of put this together and say, look, I don't like that. I don't know who in the world's gonna like me if I'm just listening to undergrounds. Like, because sometimes in the underground they say, you are the resistance. The resistance to what? I'm the resistance to what? Because I'm not here to resist anything. I'm here to listen to all kinds of music, and it doesn't matter what kind of music I'm listening to. And then I was into all kinds of music. I even like smack that all on the floor, smack that till you get so smack that. Oh, and I do enjoy Akon too, so don't get me wrong. And then I was listening to Michael Jackson too. I'm still listening to this day to Prince. I mean, rest in peace, Prince. But that's how it was. So this whole thing that I'm talking about is then and now. Myself, where I put myself in hip hop, where I put myself in music, where I put myself in all of this, because for me, this is like a story for you guys to understand that look, before I used to say music was just I just listened to mainstream music until my friend introduced me to the underground music. Then I said, leave all of that back. And then I used to say, how can I only like this music? And I still enjoyed Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Dre, Kanye, and that was it. I didn't want to listen to anybody else. That includes Lil Wayne. That I didn't want to listen to Lil Wayne. I didn't want to listen to Drake. I'm like, Drake, because I liked Drake when he came out with his first album, commercial album, because Drake came out with many albums before that, but they were mixtapes. They were not that big. But I for the most part like Thank You Later or Thank Me Later or something like that. I gotta listen to it with you better find your love. You better find your love with all your something like that. I liked it because one of the guys that I worked in the summer job, he liked that song, and he's the one that kind of made it big for me. Like, yo, whatever your name is, because at that time I was working in school as in a part-time job before high school. So I've been working. I worked I think during high school and before high school. But at that time I was like, yeah, homie, Drake. And then when I told my friends Drake, they're like, yo, what are you listening to Drake for? You piece of... You're listening to Drake? Why are you listening to Drake? Why are you listening to Lil Wayne? Why are you listening to this? Why are you listening to that? I'm like, whatever, you're not my friends no more, and that was it. But I still stuck with them because then I don't know, I was kind of foolish about that at the same time. I mean, not really foolish, because at that time I didn't really care, because at that time I was technically, I guess, middle school. I was technically more in tune with the girl that I met at church, and I went to church. So don't get me wrong that I'm just insane. I went to church, and that's where I met someone that I liked, and she liked me back. But it just went south of the border because the leader, the pastor, just screwed me. He shoved his finger up my butt too. He screwed me, but that's not for this time. So that's back in 2000. I don't know. That was when I was in 8th to 9th grade at that time. And you can kind of guess what year it was, because it's 2008. I mean, it's 2018 this year, and I'm 23 years old. So, yeah, I gotta say, look, for the most part, if you guys if you guys want to let me know what kind of music I should listen to, I'd be open to it. I'm not going to say it's gotta be underground anymore. I'm like, I used to be more. I used to be more into the underground because I believed everything the underground said. I believed in everything, but now I'm like, I gotta sit back, relax, and I just gotta let life go through, and I live my life, not worry about other stuff. Like, why should I worry about what the president has to say? It's not gonna affect me. I mean, it kind of does, but in a way it doesn't, because I've never actually had anything happen to me bad. Like, I'm not illegal. I was born here, so I don't really have to do all of that. Oh, stand up, fight the revolution. Like, who cares? Who cares about all of that? I gotta be honest. Like, who the hell cares? I'm like, if I like your craft, I like what you do. So with all of this, I have to say that I'm going so long with this, and I'm gonna continue to say that for the most part, I'm into all kinds of music now. Before, I was just, like I said, I was just kind of blind and just, it has to be Jedi mind tricks. It has to be atmosphere. It has to be all of this. But then I'm like, how is Horseshoe Gang with Eminem if they're underground? How is Horseshoe Gang? Because who's gonna hear? Nobody hears Horseshoe Gang on the radio. No one hears Slaughterhouse on the radio. Come on, who listens to Immortal Technique on the radio? Who listens to Vinny Paz on the radio? Nobody. But I'm going to be honest and say I fairly enjoy everything now. I'm back again to being me, the actual me, where I'm like, look, I don't care if you like Migos. That's cool. That's good. I like Migos too. Look, I like Bad and Bougie. Like, I'm not going to say no. I'm never going to deny and say no. I'm like, I like this music. I like the craft. I'm not going to be like the next salty person and say, I don't like Migos. I don't like Drake. Drake is trash. Like, for reals? So then why is it that Drake is big? Why is it that Jay-Z is big if he sucks? Why is it that I just gotta be honest, like, I fairly like this whole thing. So for me, I would just like to keep an open mind and say, if you want me to listen to Lil Yachty, I'll give it a try. If you tell me to listen to I don't know, if you tell me to listen to Migos, I'm okay with that. If you tell me to listen to I don't know, if you tell me to listen to Quavo, I'll give him a shot. If you tell me listen to Nicki Minaj, yeah, I'll give it a shot. If you tell me listen to Rihanna, I've always liked Rihanna, but I'm not going to say I love her music. I liked her music. It's never been, oh, it sucks. I'm never going to trash no one's music. But what I will be trashing, I'm just kidding. I'm not. I was gonna say I was gonna trash their personality, but for the most part, yeah, I like it. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Okay, so I'm sorry if anything happened. I'm sorry. As you can see, I'm doing this all myself. So let me just keep it in tune and say, look, for the most part, I enjoy all music, and I like it, just like how I like Rihanna. Like, better have my money. B better have my money. It's like, yeah, I enjoy it. I'm not here to say I hate something when I don't. But for the most part, yeah, I enjoy everything that's out there, and I have to say, it's just me. So, like I said, if you guys like what I do, then great. If you don't, then that's on you. That's not me. That's not my problem. It's not my problem why I like Lil Yachty over Drake, or why I like Lil Yachty over Eminem, or why Fresher is better than Eminem. Like, no, I like it. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one.